welcome to Goscore. Today's our subtest is reading. Okay, so in reading we have three parts: reading part A, reading part B, and reading part C. So in reading part A, you have 20 questions that you have to complete within 15 minutes, and reading part B and C, you have 22 questions. In part C, you have to extract 8 questions each, so 16 questions, and part B, you have 6 questions. So total of 22 questions, and you have only 45 minutes to complete that. Let's move to reading part A. What is the expected grade or band or numerical score? So band A or grade A is 450 to 500. If you want to score A grade, then you have to focus for 450 to 500. And B grade is 350 to 440. And we are not going to discuss regarding C plus C, D, E, and all, because we are focusing only on A. Okay, so no need C plus C, D, and E. And if you want to score reading A grade, then in your part A, you have to score 18 out of it. Okay, then you will get 450 to 500 mark. If you are scoring 18 out of 20 in part A, and definitely you have to score in your part B and part C as well. And what is our greatest mistake always is we'll target B grade. If you're targeting B grade, then always we will end up like 340, 330 or 320 like that. So always you have to focus for A grade. So in reading part A, what are the things you have to know before starting your reading part A? In reading part A, we have 4 texts. It's like text A, text B, text C, and text D, and there is a theme also. Then as I told you before, you have 20 questions and you have only 15 minutes. Within this time limit, you have to complete your 20 questions. And our greatest challenge or our greatest enemy is, yes, time only. Okay, we have only 15 minutes time and we have to complete these many questions. And in your reading part A, you have to read very fastly. Okay, expeditious reading or fast reading. Then reading part A, definitely you can complete within 10 minutes if you know the strategies and tips. So tip number 1, begin with the skim. So you have to skim the paragraphs. So you'll get a general idea for questions 1 to 7. Then tip 2 is focus of each text. You have to know what is the focus of the text or what is the sequence of the text. Here I just mentioned one example. Okay, if the text A is definition, text B is clinical assessment, text C is complications, text D is post-operative care, then this is the sequence of this particular text. Okay, particular part A. And tip number 3, as I told you, have to skim, right? But you don't know, so you have to search for the clues. What are the clues you have to search? The first is title. To see if any title is there. Definitely the title will be there. For example, fractures or back pain, like COPD or some disease condition, something will be there. Okay, title. Then the section headings. Okay, you have to read the section headings, subheadings, names. Names means any, okay, name of the body part, some name of a disease. Okay, so you have to always focus for names, then number or percentage. If there is a number, percentage, then sequential expression, frequency expressions, scale, adjectives, negative expressions, and abbreviations. Okay, so you have to focus all these when you are skimming the text. Then 12 steps to crack reading part A in 10 minutes. So how to crack this reading part A in 10 minutes? There are some steps which I'll be explaining now. So the first one is identify 4 text headings and write down on a piece of paper. So you have to first identify the text heading. If there is a heading, okay, like this, for example, definition, clinical assessment, complication, post-operative care, okay, like that, any heading is there, then you have to identify that text headings. If there is no headings, okay, then you have to read sentence per sentence. You will get an idea what it belongs. Okay, so that one is the heading for that particular paragraph. So always you have to identify 4 text headings and write down on a piece of paper. You can just write on the text booklet itself. So in our reading part A, you will get 2 books. Okay, one is text booklet and the other one is question and answer booklet. So in your text booklet, definitely you can write, okay, the sequence of the particular text. Then second one is understand the relationship and sequence among the 4 texts. So you have to understand what is sequence. You have to always understand what is the reviewing the text, okay, and the sequence. Then skim the 4 text, highlight the clues. So we have, as we have discussed, you have to skim the text and you have to highlight all these clues. Okay, title, section headings, subheadings, names, number or percentage, sequential expressions, frequency expressions, scale, adjectives, negative expressions, abbreviations, everything you have to mark it, underline underlining. Then read the question statement and highlight the hedging words. So you have to read the question statement, then you have to highlight the hedging word. Hedging word means the key word, the important word which will lead you to the answer or the particular paragraph. That is the hedging word. And then you have to read that and match the text. Once you read the question, then you have to know from which text it belongs to. If you don't know from which text it is, then you have to search all the text, right? You have 4 texts and you have to search all the 4 texts. So it will be time consuming. So you have to always know the sequence and you have to match the text after reading the question statement. Then write down the hedging words identified in the questions. When you are practicing from the 6th step to 12th step, when you are practicing, you can do it. But in your exam, it is not possible to do all these 12 steps. When you are practicing, it is possible. So when you are practicing, you have to write the hedging words. As I told you before, from the question statement, you have to find out the hedging words. You can just write on a piece of paper. Then you have to identify text it is. Okay, you can just draw 4 columns, A, B, C, and D. Then you have to mark from which text it is or from which paragraph the particular word from. Then arrange the hedging words into 4 columns. Yes. Then after that, confirm 1 to 7 answers. So we have matched the following text. Okay, 1 to 7. That one you can answer it. Then other questions. Locate the answers. Write the answers in the answer booklet. Proofreading, self-assessment. So when you are writing the answers in the answer booklet, you have to see the spellings. Okay, that is the proofreading. You have to read the answers what you have written, because we are completing within 10 minutes. Okay, maximum it will take some like 12 minutes. Then also you have 3 minutes left, right? So in that time you have to proofread. You have to check the spellings, because in read they will not accept the spelling mistakes. Even if it is single spelling mistake, they will not consider it as, they will mark it as a wrong answer. Okay, so proofreading is very, very important in your read. Then self-assessment. So when you are practicing daily, you will practice the materials, right? So you have to mark, you have to just write the marks which you are getting every day. How many minutes you are taking for completing one part A. Okay, always you have to keep the alarm 15 minutes. Then you have to complete within that time. But if you are taking more time also, you have to just mention in your self-assessment form. Otherwise, you can just write like 15 minutes how many questions you are completing. If you're completing 10 questions in 15 minutes and you are getting 8 marks in that, then your score is 8 out of 20, not 8 out of 10. Okay, that one you have to remember. Then according to that, you can just know how you are improving in your reading part. Fine. So the same thing, identify 4 text headings and write down on a piece of paper. Then second one, understand the relationship and sequence among the 4 text headings. Then skim the 4 text, highlight the clues, which we have explained already. So this is today's topic, back pain. Okay, yes. So when you will get the material, it will be like this. Okay, text A, there is no heading. Okay, here. Then text B, yeah, the heading is there, clinical assessment. Text C, causes of non-specific back pain, self-care of non-specific back. Text D, specific conditions that cause back pain. So some of the conditions they have mentioned here which causes the back pain. So let's begin with the skim. This is our text A. So I just marked here, underlined the words which you have to skim. Okay, so when you will get the material, you can just skim like this. Back pain, yeah, you have to mark it. Okay, then scale. Okay, so you have to mark this all. Then usually, then okay, it usually again improves over a few days. So few, again it's a few is a scale here. Then weeks or months, that is the time expression. Okay, weeks or month. Then here acute back pain, then muscle and ligament, again body part, spinal vertebra, again then slipped disc, name of the disease, immediate. Okay, again time expression. Then persistent or chronic back pain, that is the subtitle here, right? Then 3 months or longer, again time expression. Then here overweight or have arthritis. So arthritis is again disease. So like this, you have to skim the text. What are the things you feel like it's important? What are the things we have discussed in our strategies and tips, in our clues? The same thing you have to mark here also. Then you can just move to the next text. So here in the first text we have read, it's like definition and types, right? Back pain they have mentioned here. Then types, acute back pain and persistent or chronic back pain. So from here we understood what this particular paragraph contains. Only definition and some types of back pain. So you can just write in your own way. Okay, definition and types. So I have given the name definition and types for text A. This is for sequencing your paragraph. It will be very helpful. Then text B. Here, clinical assessment is there. So you have to underline the subheading clinical assessment. Then here they have mentioned gather previous history of back pain. Carry out these checks to see if the person has non-specific back pain, if they have mentioned here. Fine, they have some clinical assessment here. Okay, just you have to know that. Don't need to read completely. Skimming means you are just seeing just focusing on some important ideas. That's it. Here they have the heading is there, investigation. So clinical assessment is there in text to be. Investigations are there. Then management of non-specific back pain for acute pain. So here they have mentioned some test names, investigation names mentioned, and management. In management, some analgesia, anti-inflammatory medications, exercise, walking, all those things they have mentioned. Then for persistent back pain. So here for acute back pain, they have mentioned management, and for persistent back pain also they have mentioned the management, right? And here in the persistent back pain, they have mentioned regarding supervised exercise, then physiotherapist, okay, fine. Then pain management team, they have mentioned. These are the things they have mentioned in text to be. So we have given the name clinical assessment and management. In clinical assessment, investigation also included. So clinical assessment and management, we have named that text B as clinical assessment and management. Let's move to text C. So in text C, causes of non-specific back pain, they have mentioned some body parts they have mentioned. What are the causes they have mentioned here is aging, occupation, lack of regular exercise, overweight, prolonged posture, pregnant woman, then smoke. Okay, more some scales they have mentioned here, some numbers and all they have mentioned here. Okay, can just quickly skim, no need to read completely. Then here self-care of non-specific back pain. Again, here causes and self-care, okay, of non-specific back pain. Here some scales are there, little, most, okay, managing weight. Again, here avoid sitting or standing, quitting smoking, lifting and carrying safely. Okay, fine. So this is, you will get an overall idea, okay, causes of non-specific back pain and self-care of non-specific back pain in text C. Now you can move to text D, specific conditions that cause back pain. So what are the conditions that causes the back? So here they have mentioned sciatica, slipped disc, then sciatic nerve, hips to feet, okay, bones in spine, all those things, immediate medical attention. Okay, then again some name of disease here, slipped disc. Then when this slipped the disc, it includes something like a paresthesia, including tingling, all those things, all those symptoms they have mentioned here. Then again spinal stenosis and osteoarthritis. So the main thing you have to focus here is specific condition that cause back pain, which is sciatica, slipped disc, spinal stenosis and osteoarthritis. So we have finished our skimming. And one more thing, just want to tell that you have to skim within 2 minutes, okay, because many of them don't know that I have explained in detail. Otherwise you can just skim like, okay, in text A, back pain, acute back pain, persistent or chronic back pain, then definitely it will be definition and types. Then you can just move to clinical text to B. It's clinical assessment, investigations and management they have mentioned here. Then you can move to text C, causes of non-specific back pain, then self-care of non-specific back pain. So definitely it is causes and self-care. Then text D is specific conditions they have mentioned here that causes back pain. So the specific condition you can give us a heading. So like this, you have to skim within 2 minutes time. And this is the focus of this particular text. Definition, types, clinical assessment and management, causes and self-care, then specific conditions. So in text A, definition and types, B, clinical assessment and management, text C, causes and self-care, text D is specific conditions. Hope you got the idea regarding the sequence of this particular text. So this is the question types here, okay? Questions 1 to 7. For each question 1 to 7, decide which text the information comes from. So this is a like a match the following, okay, from which text the particular information from. Then questions 8 to 14, it's like a short answer or a word question, okay, short phrase, or you can write a word. That is 8 to 40. Then again 15 to 20, it's in the fill in the blanks type. There also you can write a word or a short phrase. Okay, so let's begin. So always remember I have pasted here the sequence of the particular text for your better understanding. So definition and types, clinical assessment and management, causes and self-care, specific condition. This thing always, it should be in your mind, okay? You can write in your text booklet as well, okay? No need to write in the question booklet like where you are mentioning the answers. You can just mention in the textbook. outline. So here 1 to 7 questions we have to find out from which text it is. So question number 1, reasons why of back pain with no obvious cause develops. So here the hedging word is reasons. Reasons means what? That's causes. So reason synonym is causes. So it is text C. Then issues that may need the person to see a doctor urgently. So issues and see a doctor urgently. We have seen in text D, immediate medical attention. Okay. And issues. So definitely the conditions. It belongs to specific conditions. Okay. So text D. Then self-help strategies for people with back pain. Self-help strategies means self-care. Okay. They have used the synonym self-care instead of self-help strategies. Okay. So the text is C. Then the text people may have to find the cause of their back pain. So the test means what? Investigations, where we have seen in clinical assessment and management, we have read regarding the test. So you can definitely write text B. Then what back pain feels like. So what back pain is? It will be definitely in the definition and it's from the text A. Then why pregnancy increases the chance of a woman suffering from back pain. So pregnancy, regarding the pregnancy and chance of woman suffering from back pain, definitely from which text it is. Why means they're asking for some reason. Okay, causes. So it will be from text C. Then 7th one, the link between spinal stenosis and back pain. These are some specific condition we have read. Spinal stenosis, it's from the text D. Okay, so our answer is D. So what are the synonyms used in that part of the text? Questions, reasons, causes they have mentioned. Then self-help strategies, self-care, then test, investigations. Then next one is increases the chances. That means more likely to develop. Then see doctor urgently, immediate medical attention. So I'll just show once again from which part of the text it is. Okay. Reasons why of back pain with no obvious cause develops. It is from the text C. Here you can see causes of non-specific back pain. Okay. Then next question, issues that may need the person to see a doctor urgently. Okay. So when you need to see the doctor urgently, here you can see a slipped disc can cause issues that need immediate medical attention. Okay. So urgently, see the doctor urgently. That means immediate medical attention. So it's from the text D. Then self-help strategies for people with back pain. It's from the text C. Okay. Self-help strategies. So self-care of non-specific back pain is from text C. Then the test people may have to find the cause of their back pain. So test definitely it is from the investigation part in text B. So here you can see for possible sciatica or slipped disc and X-ray, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI or a computer tomography, CT or CAT scan may be required. Then 5th one, what back pain feels like. So it's from text A because it is from the definition. And here you can see it usually feels like an ache, tension or stiffness in the back. Then why pregnancy increases the chances of a woman suffering from back pain. So why? Again, they are asking for a reason or a cause. So again, which text you have to see? It's in the text C. Pregnant women are more likely to develop back pain due carrying excess body weight in the front and the loosening of ligaments in the pelvic area as the body prepares for delivery. Then the link between spinal stenosis and back pain, definitely this is a specific condition. Here you can see spinal stenosis is a narrowing of the spaces between vertebra. Okay, so it is from text D, specific conditions. So like this you can answer. It will not take much time. It will take maybe within I think you can complete within a minute or two. So yes, synonyms we have already explained. Hope you are following me. So again, we have question number 8 to 14. Okay, have to write in a word or you can use a short phrase. It's dependent on the question. Okay, what they have mentioned in the text. According to that, you can answer. Again, you have, as we have discussed, once you read the text, here you have to understand from which text it is. Then you need to identify the answer. So 8th one, what type of back pain can be eased with gentle exercise? Okay, so what type of back pain can be? We have to find out the type of back pain. Okay, so don't get confused whether you need to see in text A or text B, because there is the type there. So maybe you will get confused. Okay, but no need to be confused, because they have asked the question can be eased with the gentle exercise. That means the management, right? So definitely from which text it is? From text B. You can just check whether it's from text B. So here you can see management of non-specific back pain for acute pain. Okay, advise patient keep moving, such as walking, light exercise, swimming. Okay, so instead of gentle exercise, they have mentioned here light exercise, and your answer is acute. They asked which type of back pain. So the type is acute pain, right? So your answer is acute. Then ninth question, how long has a person been experiencing back pain if it is considered to be persistent? So definitely you can know, you will you can identify that how long means you have to know the time period, right? So how long means you need to mention some time period. Okay, time expression will be the answer. So how long has a person been experiencing back pain if it is considered to be persistent? Where we have discussed regarding persistent, we have discussed in text A definition and types: back pain, chronic or persistent back pain, then acute back pain. So you have to search in text A. In text A, here you can see persistent or chronic back pain is when some part of the back has become damaged and continues for 3 months. Okay, so 3 months or longer. So your answer should be 3 months. They asked how long. Okay, then again 10th question, what sort of pain might a person be suffering from if they are referred to a pain management team? So they're asking what sort of pain. It will be in the clinical assessment, right? And we have read pain management team in text B only. So you can just move to text B. Here you can see for persistent back pain, have to refer to pain management team. So your answer is persistent. Here they have mentioned persistent back pain. In your question, they have asked you what sort of pain. So you can write persistent. Again, 11th question. People over what age are at high risk of back pain? So you need to find out the age. Okay, people over what age? So people over what age are at higher risk of back pain? It will be from the causes and self-care, right? Have to just move to text C. Here you can see we have read like aging causes. Okay, aging causes wear and tear on the spine. This means that people over age 30. So the answer will be 30, because they asked over what age. That means over 30. And you have a confusion maybe here they have mentioned 30 or 40. So whether I need to write 30 or 40, or the 30 is enough, because they have asked you here the question over what age? Over 30. 40 is also over 30, right? So you can just mention 30. Then 12th question. What condition might a person have if they are experiencing pins and needles around their bottom? So what condition? Condition we have read here, specific condition. Okay, in text D. So you can just check in text D what condition might a person have if they are experiencing pins and needle around the bottom. So in the text D, here a slipped disc, they have mentioned regarding the slipped disc here, and they mentioned these include. Okay, these include what are all the things? So here paresthesia including tingling, pins and needles and numbness around the bottom or genitals. So the answer will be slipped disc. Don't write paresthesia. Okay, it's under slipped disc. So the answer will be slipped disc. And whenever you are writing, please copy and paste the answers. Okay, see the spelling and write it in your answer booklet. Then which nerve carries information from the pelvic area to the toes? Again, which nerve carries information from pelvic area to the toes? So regarding the nerves, we have read in specific conditions, text D. So again, have to move there and check. See here, sciatica. Sciatica is the inflammation of sciatic nerve which runs from hips to feet. Here they have mentioned hips to feet. That means pelvic area to toes. Instead of pelvic area, they have mentioned here hips and then feet. It's toes. Okay, so your answer is sciatic. Then 14th question. Being overweight can cause, again cause, okay, back pain and place stress on what part of the body? So causes have to search in text C, here being overweight increases stress on the lower back as well as other joints. So the part is other joints. Okay, so your answer is other joints. So we have finished from 8 to 14 and the synonyms. I'll just show you what are the synonyms they have used in the question as well as in the text. So gentle exercise, they have mentioned light exercise. Higher risk, they have mentioned more at risk in your text. Then pelvic area, they mentioned hips. Then feet, they mentioned, okay. So these are the synonyms they have used in this particular like 8 to 4 questions, okay. So we'll move to 15 to 20 questions, okay. In 15 to 20, you have to complete the sentence, okay. It's the fill in the blanks type questions. So we'll read the question, then you have to identify the paragraph, then you have to find out the answer. Okay, so the sequence I have given here, you can just check. Over time, dash posture will raise the risk of a person developing back pain. Okay, so dash posture will raise the risk of a person developing back pain. From which text it will be? It will be the causes, right? Reason. So you need to find out, okay, what it is. In text C, you have to check 15. Any type of prolonged poor posture will over time substantially increase the risk of developing back pain. So your answer is poor. Why? Prolonged they have mentioned here. You can just see here over time. It's prolonged. Okay. Poor posture. Now you will have a doubt. There again one more over time is there here. Okay. That means if you are standing for a long time, then later, okay, over time, substantially increase the risk of developing back pain. If you're continuing that, okay, then you will develop the risk of back pain. So prolonged means over time is there in the question. You need to write only poor, okay. Answer also is there in the text. So only one word, poor, is the answer. Moving to the next question. Massage and dash packs can ease acute back pain. Okay, massage and dash packs. Definitely this packs is there, then we will keen to know some heat or cold packs, right? So is acute back pain. It's from the self-care, right? So you can move to text C. Always we used to put the packs, right? So self-care. In text C, you can just check, yeah. Here, massage, heat or cold packs, okay? So the answer is heat or cold packs. No need to write the packs, it's already there. So you can write heat or cold. Yes, so massage and heat or cold is the answer here. Packs can ease acute back pain. Now we can move to 17th one. If a person has back pain for no detectable reason, it is called dash back pain. Okay. So this is type of back pain they are just mentioning. If a person has back pain for no detectable reason, there is no detectable reason, then which back pain it is? Definitely it is from the types, right? So you can move to text A. Here you can see if no obvious reason, okay, that means no detectable reason, no obvious reason. They have used the synonym there. Detectable, no obvious reason is found for the back pain. This is known as non-specific back pain. So back pain is, so only you need to write non-specific. Fine. Now, yeah, 18th question. A person with acute back pain should keep moving and include light exercise such as dash. Okay, a person with acute back pain should keep moving and include light exercises such as dash. Where you have to search in your management, right? So we can just check in the management text B here, management of non-specific back pain for acute pain. Here you can see advise patient to keep moving such as walking, light exercise, then swimming. So light exercise is already mentioned there. So your answer is walking and swimming. Okay. Then, so 19th one, surgery or dash is often needed if someone has a slipped disc. So slipped disc is a specific condition we have read in text D, right? So you have to move there and search for the answer. Surgery or something else is often needed if someone has a slipped disc. So you need to fill the answer here. For that, you have to move to text D. Okay, here you can see it usually gets, okay, it usually gets there. They have mentioned often, okay, it usually gets better slowly with rest, gentle exercise and painkillers, but manual therapy or surgery is sometimes needed. Okay, so what is needed? Manual therapy or surgery. So surgery is mentioned there. Only manual therapy you need to mention as your answer there from the text D. Okay, fine. Then 20th question, the last question, an X-ray dash or a computer tomography, CT or CAT scan are some of the options available to diagnose a back problem. So options available to diagnose means it's an investigation, right? And we have read in text, okay, text B, X-ray dash or computer tomography. You can just move to the text B and search for the answer here for possible sciatica or slip disc and X-ray or X-ray, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, or a computer tomography, CT or CAT scan may be required. So you can write magnetic resonance imaging. Okay, even if you can write bracket MRI also, no issues. So magnetic resonance imaging is the answer here, and it is from the text B. So hope you understood regarding all this. And one more thing, this all will be possible if you know the strategies. If you don't know the strategies, sequence. If you don't know this sequence or focus, then it will be very difficult to find out the answer from which text it is. Okay. So if you don't know from which text it is, how can you find out the answer? You will search like in all the text. For example, if you will take from if a person has back pain, then you'll think like, okay, where I have to search. You don't know from where it is. If you don't know from where it is, then you will check like this word. For example, no detectable reason. You will take this word detectable. You'll search for that word in the text. Now you will not find that word in the text because they will definitely use some synonymous language or sometimes synonymous, or sometimes they will paraphrase the sentence. Okay. So synonymous is nothing but it's like the same meaning but different word. And synonymous language is a group of words. Okay. But the same meaning. Okay, different words but same meaning. And sometimes they will paraphrase the sentence. That means they will completely change the sentence. Okay, and but definitely the meaning will be the same. So if you are taking one word from the question and if you are searching in the text, it will be very difficult to find out the answer. So you need to understand what is synonym. So how they will ask the questions. By practice, definitely it is possible. And if you're following our strategies, it is 100% it is possible. You can complete your questions within 10 to 12 minutes maximum, and you can proofread your answers. And you have to 100% you have to proofread, because sometimes you may think like, okay, manual, I know the spellings, so no need to copy and write. So I'll write by myself. Okay. So sometimes you may write in the exam tension, you may write like manual. If you miss U or A, whatever, okay, then your answer is wrong. They will not consider it as a correct answer. Okay, so always check your answers after completing your reading part A. So always you have to keep 1 or 2 minutes time for that. The other thing is, sometimes in your question, from your questions, 15th question you don't know the answer. Okay, 15th question you are not able to identify from which text it is. Don't think like, okay, from which text it is, I will search there. Okay, I'll find out, then I will move to the next question. It's nothing like that. If you don't know, for only 30 seconds, you have to answer the question. Okay, if you don't know, if you're not getting the answer, please skip that question and keep moving with the next one. Once you finish all the questions, okay, till 20, once you finish 20 questions, okay, in between, which question you have skipped, you can go back and complete. But if you stuck in somewhere, then your time will go. You are not able to complete the balance questions, maybe, which will be very easy to find out the answer. Okay, so I'll just brief everything. Once you will get the reading part A, you have to just check the title. Then you have to skim, which are all the strategies we have explained here. Search for all the clues, underline it. Then you have to read the question. You have to identify from which text it is. Then you need to find out the answer. And if you're finding any difficulty to find out the answer, please skip that question and move to the next one. Finally, you can complete balanced questions. Then you can move to the questions which you have left, and you can answer that also. Fine. So thank you.